don't see it any other way. I'm too weak to make the climb. I need a miracle this time. That's when.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of Afternoon Drive Home on IC Radio. In the town of Geraldine, Alabama, we're your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television two different ways, Debbie. You can find us locally right here in North Alabama, and that's channel 182 on Charter Communications. You can also find us nationwide. Oh, I didn't tell you about that, did I? Yeah, you knew about Abundant TV.
Abundant TV, yeah.
Yeah, Abundant TV found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. So it's so good to be with you. And thank you, by the way, for listening and watching this show Monday through Friday from 1 to 3 p.m. Central Time. We got to say that to our folks, who don't live.
Okay, that's where I was getting off. I couldn't remember.
So, right, by the way, this is my friend Debbie Bryan. And she is a singer. Do you write songs as well?
I've written 3. Well, I hadn't. The Lord did, and that's about it. So.
Well, I mean, I've never written one. So to me, that's a huge thing, writing songs, writing music.
They're on the internet. You can go on there and look at them, listen to them. So.
Don't you just love technology?
I do.
It helps you get that word out there, doesn't it? Where you didn't have a way before.
No. But I like to see go a little bit further. You know how you are. Sometimes you want things to go a little faster, but it's all in God's timing, not mine. So,
well, our timing's not like His.
No, not at all.
I'm going to give you an example of something. This is when Brad was still in school. He was probably about 14, 15. I was taking him to school, but I was trying to get ready, Debbie. And it was like I was dropping rollers. I was dropping everything on the ground. I was so clumsy that morning. I could not hold a thing. And I was so aggravated with myself. I was like, this is delaying me. I need to hurry up and get this kid to school. Then I've got to go to work. And I was just dropping everything like right and left. And we were running a little bit late. And then so we get in the car and we go down the road just a little piece and it was a bad wreck.
Uh-oh.
And Brad looked over at me and said, Mom, had you not been so clumsy, we could have been in that wreck.
Been in it, yes.
And I thought, wow, that's right.
So there,
I could have been in a mess. Yeah, so from now on when I'm clumsy, I just like whatever, which is a lot.
That's me. Whew, I've been clumsy a lot lately.
Now you've been on our charts.
Yeah, but
every week.
Well, I know, but it's getting down to 19, so come on out there. Y'all want to request a song?
But do you know how many artists are actually shown on our station? A lot. There's hundreds of them. There's hundreds.
Really?
People send us stuff all the time, and we put it on there. But what happens is you guys who are the listeners will send requests, and it's really easy to do it. It doesn't cost you anything. Now, you can only do 2 requests an hour. Some of them have tried to do more than 2 requests an hour.
Oh, yeah. I had one person tell me, Debbie, I'm requesting your song. I said, good. Then it said, I can only do it so many times. I thought, well, just one time's fine.
That keeps people like me who are sporadic, don't know when to stop. It keeps people like me from doing it all the. But you can do 2 an hour, and so what you do is just go to the website and you can download our app. Now, the website is icradio.media. You can find it that way, and then all you have to do is just download the app, and then you'll pull up where you can request a song, and then you can just type Debbie's name in and pick other songs too. But they keep requesting the same song.
I noticed that, and my songs that I've written is on there. And I'm thinking, you're playing them. I hear them every now and then, but I don't think they're being requested as much. So
they like the old love letter, though.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play it with my guitar next time.
I think you should. Now, she's very talented, so you play the guitar. What else do you do?
Watch TV.
That doesn't count.
I play a little bit piano and mandolin, bass guitar, rhythm guitar, just harmonicas, just something that's anything with music.
You play the harmonica.
I play at it, yeah.
Now that's got to take some talent right there.
But I'm doing something now. I'm learning. At my age, I wanted to learn something right instead of by ear. So I'm doing something, and when I do learn, I'll let you know later.
Oh, no, don't do me that way. She's not going to tell me.
No.
So you're taking lessons?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's something about playing by ear.
I play by ear all the time, but that's about the gist of it. So I wanted to something sound real pretty.
Yeah, and I heard those recordings. You sound an awful lot like Loretta Lynn. I mean, so she has this song, it's an MP3, it was on her phone, and she said, listen to this, and I'm like Loretta Lynn. And you said, no, that's me.
Uh-huh. Yeah. A lot of people said I sounded like Loretta Lynn. I thought I would love to meet Loretta Lynn, but I was this close to meeting her.
Mm-hmm.
Her, well, manager Tim Cobb was at the bus at the door,
Mm-hmm.
and my daughter handed him my guitar to hand to her to sign in the front seat of the bus. So, but I did get it signed by her. But I haven't met her yet. I'd love to though.
I would love to. And one of my favorite movies is Coal Miner's Daughter.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, I could watch that every night. I just love it because I like how she was truly rags to riches.
Yes, yes.
And I remember seeing, and this is something I remember my grandparents talking about. They said, back in their days, they might use newspaper for wallpaper.
Oh Lord, I remember those days when I was a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
I sure do. That's a long time ago, but yeah, I remember that.
And I mean, it was back in Kentucky, right? And Dad was a coal miner.
That was where she lived.
They worked hard, very hard.
But I remember newspaper on the walls back in the day, a little bit. In fact, I think it was those black and white funny papers that we would put up there. So, oh yeah.
Now, where'd you grow up?
Well, I was born in Cedartown, Georgia. And we moved from Georgia down to Alabama when I was in the 3rd grade. And been here ever since. So I'm really a Georgia cracker. By heart, I guess.
I've been doing a genealogy. And and that's on the mother's side of the family. And it's my great-grandmother. And I want to go ahead and do this because I'd heard my great-grandmother was about half Indian. And so, yep. Right here, Phil says he can tell when I get on the warpath that I've got some Indian in me. I know it's hard to tell by looking at me, but you can look at my other family members and you can see the Indian
Cherokee.
in them. Yes.
Oh, I'm Cherokee.
Cherokee.
I have some Cherokee, and I think my great grandmother was full blooded. That's what I've been told. I haven't chased it down to find out, but that's what I've been told.
I'm almost afraid to chase down my family too much. I don't know what I may have done, but just checking the genealogy, and seeing what all we are. Most of our family came from England.
Yeah.
And they came on the Mayflower.
Oh, now that's a little bit old. I mean, we ain't going there.
No, they weren't on the Mayflower, not the original one, but they did come over here. And I'll tell you what, they love being Americans, though.
Yeah.
They just always talked about how, and they had been told stories. They hadn't been through what my great-great-great-grandparents had been through, but they'd heard all the stories and talked about how wonderful it is to be American.
Yeah, but it is. I'm proud to be an American. I am.
We're at least we know
that
we're
we're
free.
free.
I thought you were going to start singing.
I was about to, but I thought I better not.
No, you didn't go ahead and do it. But, I mean, there's so many freedoms that we have now.
Oh, yeah.
Freedom to sing. I mean, people in other countries who want to sing Christian music, I don't know, that's banned.
Yeah.
I mean, they can be put in prison.
Yeah.
And right now, you can sing.
I know that's right, and I'll probably be singing when my toes turn up and then some. Because that's where my heart is. First of all, my heart's in Him, Jesus, and then my music. And I'm no professional. I would love to be. Given the chance, maybe over the years, I might have done a little bit better, but I don't know. I'm happy the way I am, though.
I mean, that's it, being happy where you are.
Yeah. And when I sing gospel music, that's where I'm at the happiest.
I was going to say.
I don't know why, and I told my son the other day, I said, I don't know why I love music, gospel music, as much as I do. It's an everyday thing with me. And when I'm able to sing, I block everything out and everybody and let God just have His way. So.
Yeah, there's something about that freedom in doing what you want to do.
Yeah. When I was a little girl, I played a broom for a guitar. My mother could
I think
tear
I've
up
done that too.
a piano, and all her brothers played instruments, and I just watched. But I'd grab a broom and play like I was playing. But I didn't start playing and singing, I guess, till I was 37.
Really?
Couldn't carry a tune in a bucket.
I would have thought it would have been a lot. You couldn't carry a tune?
No.
Are you kidding?
No. Could have. I guess I was too afraid and shy.
You didn't take it serious.
I didn't try. I didn't know, and I was a shy person back then. So, but I'm not shy anymore.
I don't think I've ever shown you, but I got quietest in 1977.
Yeah.
And I'm really still kind of quiet. I just kind of come out on the show, you know.
There you go.
And because it's doing something I like doing, I guess.
See?
But I was quietest. As a matter of fact, people I went to school with don't even know me. And people have said, there's somebody who has a talk show in Geraldine. And they'll say, who? And they'll say, Donna. Used to be Donna Shears. And people go, who's that? I was that quiet. I said nothing.
You sound like me.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
they had to.
wow.
I actually won. You're going to get a kick out of this. I didn't want to win a contest because I didn't want to have to go represent school. Because, you know, they just stand up in front of it. But I happened to win. So when I came the first year, I was in the 9th grade out at Geraldine. I grew up at Oxford. And so I actually won the math contest. And
Oh, my Lord.
I didn't want to win it.
But you did.
But I did. And so they said, our teacher, the math teacher, Dr. Runyon, I still remember Dr. Runyon. Dr. Runyon said, you're going to represent the school. I was in the 9th grade. He said, you're going to represent the school in the county contest.
Oh, my.
I thought I was going to be sick. I mean, I was just like, I can't do it. I can't do it. And but I did. My grandparents got me all riled up and ready to go for it. Then the next year was the typing contest. I did not want to win the typing contest. I won it.
Maybe I should say I don't want to win.
I didn't want to. When I was the first one and the bell rang, ding, and I didn't hear anybody else's rings going off. And I thought, no, I don't want to win this. And so I was like kind of dragging it just a little
you're
bit.
meant to be. You're meant to be there.
Well, you're meant to be there. And I did not want to win. And so, because I just didn't want to get in front of the crowd.
Well, really, I didn't. I wouldn't get in front of the crowd.
How did you overcome it? Because you're certainly not quiet now.
Well, it's singing
It's
gospel
enthusiasm
music.
about what you want to do.
And singing and to carry a tune and keep the timing right. And a lot of people out there know me think she's never been good or gonna be good, but I'm a lot better than I used to be.
Don't let her fool you. She's really good.
But
If you like Loretta Lynn, and if you like Patsy Cline, you're gonna love her music.
oh yeah, I want to put it on Facebook. My songs. They're on my phone, but I don't know how to do it.
Can you put one on? Let's put it on the show and let's do the coal miner daughter one.
On here,
I
I have to get my phone.
That's okay. I'll keep talking. I'll talk about one of our sponsors while you're here. You need to go check out mypillow.com. Mypillow.com, they're running some really, really good specials. Mypillow.com, Mike Lindell. And the really neat thing about Mike Lindell is he's a Christian, he's a conservative, and he really cares about his customers. But they're running some super deals. In order to get those deals now, you got to put in a code. And that code is Donna, D-O-N-N-A. So make sure you do that. They have sheets on sale that are more than half off. And also you can receive his free book. I mean, he wasn't always a Christian. And so Mike Lindell was, he was a drug addict back in the day. So, I mean, go ahead and check them out, mypillow.com. And also go to the Cattle Stampede Steakhouse for your lunch today. Yeah, lunch begins at 11 o'clock. And from 11 to 2 o'clock, you'll be able to get the special. It's 5 entrees, less than $5. Five of them. You've been out there.
Oh,
At
yeah.
the Cattle Stampede Steakhouse. And also don't forget to check out Bobby Ledbetter at Twin City Used Car Sales as well. Now, Bobby's done a lot of stuff for this community. Absolutely. Feeding folks.
Bobby Ledbetter. Yeah.
Yeah. And when COVID hit, he was out there in communities feeding a lot of folks, along with Miles Smith, who owns the Cattle Stampede Steakhouse. We're going ahead and check out with those guys. These are people who do stuff for your community, which means they're doing stuff for you. Okay? You want to talk about the song before you bring it in?
It's just coal miner's daughter, and I was cutting up at home with my PA set, and I had a CD karaoke. I thought, well, I'm gonna try it,
Mhm.
and from there it went to this. So I hope it's the right.
You're
song.
gonna love this.
I hope it's the right song. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Will
Go
they,
for it.
Will they be able
Make sure you
to?
turn it up loud enough.
Okay. Here we go. Maybe. Let me know if you hear it. Still just I need them things there. And they did it. Got fat now. I'm going to stop it. Hoeing corn.
Sounds like real life. Real life.
Hey. Is that good?
Nope, it's not good. Let's listen to this one.
Okay.
Sounds good. Nobody listened anyway, would they? Called.
Money. Wonder what they're thinking.
They're thinking that's Loretta Lynn. They're not believing that she is.
I don't know.
Geraldine, Alabama.
I played on my guitar too.
You playing on the guitar there?
But I did. I'll show you a picture of me when I was in my 20s with long hair.
That sounds good. I mean, you sound exactly like her. If she was ever leading somebody to sing, maybe she gets laryngitis or something. She could be out on the stage mimicking, and then you could be singing in the background. Could be a call for that.
I would love to do that. Well, I had somebody to ask me if I would come up to Nashville and imitate her.
Mhm.
And I said, what do I need to do? He said, you'd have to sing in the bars. I said, no, thank you.
Yeah.
I said, I'll just sing at home. So
Mhm.
I didn't want to go sing in no bars.
A lot of people think that's how they get started.
Yeah. If I can
You might
sing a
get dragged
gospel
into
song,
something.
I would. I'd be glad to go in there and sing to them. But yeah, I don't know.
So how did you make your voice? I mean, how did you learn to sound like her?
I'm just plain simple country. Just country as it can be. Sound a little more sophisticated sometimes, but not most of the time. I'm just plain.
Now let's talk about the songs you've written.
Yeah.
And so, which one is your favorite? Do you have one on there that you could put?
Yeah.
Yeah, put one on there.
Well, the one I like the most of all is "Don't Worry About Your Mama." I'm with the Lord. That's my favorite one.
So how long did it take you to write that song?
Not long. not long at all. And that's if you died today, where would you be? That's I think it's good. And then there was one that I wrote that a young girl. She was I think 12. Her mother and daddy was getting a divorce, and the name of that one is Jesus Was Wrong with Mom and Dad. And that's where that came
We
in.
play that one here on the
Yeah.
station a lot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that's how come me to write that song, because she was crying and asking me why all this and why all these questions, and that song just popped up.
Well, let's play that one. A lot of folks are going through that right now. A lot of young folks. You know, they don't know what to do. You know, parents getting a divorce. What does that mean? Does that mean I'm not supposed to be here? That's not what that means. That you're supposed to be here, you are here.
I hope this is the right one. I don't know. Dang. Might be sound effects, I'm not sure. That ain't the right one. Keep
You
talking.
changed your mind, folks.
Keep talking. Oh, Lord.
So that's your playlist. How can folks hear your songs other than the station here? Do you have them for sale?
Oh, yeah. I'm on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon. You can go in there and listen to them. Several others, and some way over in another country. I have no idea how it got there. And it just pops up, and I'm thinking, how are they getting over there?
I know somebody that he sings the old country type music, and his name is Jesse Jones, and he's from Rainsville, Alabama. And he has actually been on, won some awards from England and other different countries over there with, and he's never been. They're just finding his songs and they like them.
Oh, wow, maybe. But they better hurry, because I'm getting older. I mean, if y'all gonna help me
Not a
out.
whole lot of time left. Hurry.
Yeah, hurry up, you know. And that's what I was thinking, you know. As much as I love gospel music, and I love playing around with country at home, I don't sing it out anywhere. But that doesn't mean I won't. I don't know. Whatever, as long as it's decent and all. I'm just gonna enjoy my music. That's what I'm gonna do. If it's just me all the time singing by myself on my front porch.
Well, and you got to be careful too with some country music. You know, a lot of it's about, you know, having affairs. You know, my dog or something died. And I like a lot of country music, but I'm kind of into the older stuff. I don't really like this new stuff.
Yeah, no.
Country rap.
No.
That's a stylish.
I like the old country songs like now I sound like Katie Wells too. On here, so.
You got one for her?
I think I do. Yeah. I think.
So is it? I mean, how do you do that? Is it voice inflection, or how do you get to that point to sound like somebody else?
I have no idea.
Just listening to them over and over again.
So I think this might be it. So this is me.
As I sit here tonight,
Such a
keep
smart
on playing.
Anyway,
I think you sound exactly like her.
well, if I just need somebody to promote me.
How about just promoting yourself?
I don't know how.
I don't either, but there's got to be a way.
Well, I don't. If somebody's, you know, I don't know. I just stay at home and sing all the time. But I'm gonna sing whether it's at home or under the house or wherever. I can go under my cabin, stand up and sing all I want to.
Now, you live out in the country.
I do.
You have a cabin out there.
I built a 42 by 30 cabin with a loft that I fell down out of. But it's out in the country, and I really love it. Since my dad passed away, I have no family in Piedmont. That's why I left Piedmont. So, but it's just anybody around me that can hear my PA set, they know I like music.
That's why you and I need to be in the country.
I know. Yeah. I like to turn it up, make the ants move out of it a little bit.
get rid of rats that way too.
I
I've
know
heard.
that's right. But no, I love my music. You know, and like I said, I wish, but it wasn't meant to be, or it would have happened. But how the professional groups get on up there and all that, and you know, some are very nice, but there's some that wouldn't give you the time of day. And I'm thinking, I don't want to be like that. I want to be able
I
to
don't
sing.
think it would ever be that way.
I just want to sing and love the Lord. And if you come up to me and talk to me, I'll talk to you. And that, I think that's where a lot of your, if you don't communicate with the people, it's all about you.
It really.
Now that's just my thought, and I may be totally wrong. If I am, I apologize.
No, I don't think that. I don't think that's the
But
situation. At all.
just if I'm not a professional, but if I walked into one, I have one professional. I told him, I said, I'm gonna go on stage and sing with you. Just kidding. And he said, you'll have to get the security off. We'll get you off. I thought, and this guy, if I called his name, you would think, But I was only kidding to start with. But anyway, but see, you got to be humble. It ain't all about you, or I mean, not you, but the singers. It's about what you're doing for the people in gospel music.
I've seen the exact same thing happen in business.
Yeah.
And somebody will be in business and they'll do really good, and you know, at first they're really good to their customers, you know, and they're just bringing it out there, whatever the customer needs, and then all of a sudden they get too big for the britches.
Yeah.
And then they wonder why their business is going away.
Absolutely. You can't. I've heard my mother say you can't do wrong and get by. So that goes through my head a lot. So I don't want to do wrong, but I'm not. I guess here I go again about me, but I'm no better than anybody, but I'm just as good. And I may not sound like you singing, but it's my way.
But this is something I always like to ask singers, and it's, do you want to sound like everybody else?
No, I'm just.
I mean, shouldn't everybody have their own? Because this is not American Idol here.
No.
American Idol, they want everybody to sing and dance. They look like little cookie cutters. I've been that way. We were moving to Charlotte, North Carolina. I was talking with a realtor, a real good realtor, by the way. She was awesome. And so she kept taking me to places that are subdivisions. And I said, but I don't want to be in a subdivision where I've got to count the houses to see which one is mine, because they all look exactly the same.
That's right.
And I really wanted to be a unique area, you know, something to be Donna's house and not be like everybody else's.
Absolutely.
And I would think that singing career is the same way.
Yeah. Well.
Where everybody, because you don't want everybody to sound like you.
No.
I've always loved Karen Carpenter. I think she's got an awesome voice, but I wouldn't want anybody else to try to sound like Karen Carpenter, because she's her.
Well, that's me. I'm just me. It's plain, simple country, down to earth, and getting older and fatter.
But I think people are wanting down to earth. I think people they're tired of and I know I am.
Yeah.
You want people who are genuine.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get political, but that's what I liked about Trump.
Yeah.
Because he was a genuine guy.
Yeah. Absolutely.
He was him.
I mean, when you can be yourself in front of somebody and not change the next day, that's where you gain your what's the word? The people that like what you're doing.
That and your integrity.
Yeah.
That speaks a lot about somebody. Your integrity. But I mean, really, when I'm voting for somebody, I'm going to vote for the person who seems more like themselves. I don't care if they sound rude. I don't care. You can be rude and deliver. That's all I can say.
Yeah. I voted for that guy too, but I won't call his name. But we talked about that day.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Yeah.
He was on here.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you something that really irritated me. Is, do you know that only about 13% of Alabamians voted?
What?
In the runoff, 13%.
Oh, Lord.
It's straight off of the Alabama Secretary of State's website.
Well, then they don't have no room to say
don't
anything.
say nothing. No.
If things don't go their way.
If you complain, I'm going to say, did you vote? And if they say no, I'm going to say, sorry. I don't want to hear.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, you know what? We're going to have to go into a commercial break. So let's go ahead and go into a break. And we're going to be right back in just a few minutes. So y'all just kind of hang in there, okay? We'll be right back if I can find it. There it is.
I said, God, you gotta move this mountain. I just don't see it any other way. I'm too weak to make the climb. I need a miracle this time. That's when I heard a voice from heaven say, don't tell me about that mountain, tell that mountain about me. Face on me, shout my name, proclaim the victory. About that mountain, now to the mountain of introduce the problem to the answer, and you'll see that problem step aside. There's no place for fear. God heaven's here. Step out in faith, facing the time. Don't tell me about that mountain, tell that mountain about me. Face on me, shout my name, proclaim the victory. Told me about that mountain. Now to the
Good afternoon. We are back. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of Afternoon Drive Home on IC Radio. That stands for
In Christ.
In Christ Radio.
Got it.
Yeah, got it. And so that's what it stands for. But thank you again so much for listening every day, Monday through Friday from 1 to 3 p.m. Central. We truly appreciate you listening to the station and to this show. And sending me little compliments. I'm going to tell you what, that makes my day. And so there's one lady, and her name is Deborah. And every single morning, she sends me a good morning message. And then before I go to bed, she sends me one that says, hope you have a great night.
Who's that?
Her name is not you. It's another dude. She thought I was talking about her.
No.
No, you wish me happy days.
I do.
Do that. But this is one of our listeners. And so she's done this for years.
Oh my
And
goodness.
she'll just send me. And Deborah, I appreciate you doing that.
See
I really
that.
do. So that's so awesome. That you don't know how that makes my day. It most certainly does. But listen to us every day, and also the weather report and the traffic report.
I like the traffic report.
I'm going to tell you what, I thought about the traffic report at the Cattle Stampede Steakhouse. I presented it to them, and they loved the idea because a lot of folks go to the doctor, and it may not be right in here. You may
Right.
have to go to Chattanooga
Birmingham.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, you want to know what roads are being closed because it's like every road in the world is being closed now. There's a lot of road work going on in the southeast, which needs to be done, but when it's being done, we don't like it. It's like,
No. We're complaining.
no.
We got to go a different route. So.
Yeah, so you have to. So sometimes you have to do that. You have to go into a reroute. But I'm going to tell you the one that's the most aggravating, and this is the one that's at Cochran's Corner when you're on 75 from Geraldine going south into Albertville.
Really?
They have, I don't know what in the world. What are y'all thinking of? So what they did is they I don't know what they've done, and it's really confusing. And then like when you're going out on one of those side roads, like from Kilpatrick coming out, you can't just go across 75. You've got to turn and go around this medium that they've got before you can go south. So you're coming, you've got to go north, turn around the median.
Like one of them
And go-
turnabout
This is
things.
the dumbest. I'm sorry. If you, whoever came up with this idea, that's a dumb one. And I think it's going to cause more accidents than ever being done that way. And then when the same deal when you're going out of Kilpatrick,
Yeah.
you can't just go across. You've got to turn to the right and maneuver around somehow.
That sounds like one of them turnabout things.
Yeah, but that's for big cities, not for little crossroads.
We got one in Asheville.
Do you?
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta do like you said. Yeah. All this stuff.
It's really confusing. I mean, it really, and we're from here. I can
Yeah.
only imagine people who are not from this area.
Yeah.
It has to be causing more accidents because a red light would have been sufficient. And I would have fussed
Would
for a
that?
while. I would have been fussing. I would have said, a red light, what are we going to red light for? But it would be better than what they've got in place now.
There's a down in Pelham where I'm gonna get in trouble. My daughter lived down there, and she lived up on this mountain. Anyway, it's a circle. You go around. When you start around it, you can go to her road or go all the way around and come back around.
Uh-huh.
Well, the day that they moved and bought a house in Huntsville recently. So one day, me and her went to the store, and we went around that thing 3 times, just having fun. Wasn't nobody around, so we just went around. So when
She doesn't go to Six Flags. She just goes there and goes around.
when she got ready to move, and the movers moved left and everything, and she was in her car and I was in mine. It went through my mind, I wonder if she'll go around that thing 3 more times. Sure enough, she did. We both went around it 3 times total, and then took off. And I'm thinking it's only us.
There used to be a place going to Knockalilla Falls we'd go to. And you would go, it was kind of going down a hill, and then you would go up, and then you would go just a little bit faster, and we called it Tickle Hill.
Tickle Hill.
Tickle Hill.
Have you
And-
ever heard that? Tickle
Yeah,
Hill?
Tickle Hill. It's over there like you're going towards Knockalilla Falls in Gadsden, Alabama. And they kind of leveled it off because there were too many people
I was
like
going to
us.
say, is it still there?
No, they leveled it off just a little bit so it wouldn't be quite so adventurous. But we enjoyed going on that hill. But yeah, just, you know, we have different little areas in our area that, you know, it's to us, you know, it's significant to
Yeah.
us. But yeah, the traffic report has been a real good thing. A lot of folks have said, especially with gas prices being so high, you don't want to go to the doctor knowing you've got to go down 59 for something,
No.
and then know you're going to have to wait when you can take an alternate route.
Absolutely. I go down Highway 11.
Mhm.
I stay off the interstate.
Well, the
Really?
interstates were made to be awesome. They were made to be, and to save some time. I remember she grew up in Oxford, and Highway 78 is the way we would go to the Birmingham Zoo. Every
Yeah,
summer we got to go
yeah.
to Birmingham Zoo. And then they put I-20 in, and my parents thought that was the best thing that ever happened.
Oh, wow.
When
And you're
I-20.
from Oxford?
Mhm. You didn't know?
I think you told me, but good gracious, I was from Piedmont, so we're just
We were
neighbors.
We were neighbors.
Been neighbors all these years.
Uh-huh. And then they know it.
About how that?
Yeah. Yeah, my granddad was a music director at Blue Springs Baptist Church for a long time.
Really?
In Oxford. Mhm.
No
And,
wonder you play so good.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all need to hear her play. The piano, if I could play like that, oh, I would not stop
I
ever.
play by ear. And,
Well, her ear sounds better than
well,
mine.
it was a long story because my parents wanted me to play. And a preacher's daughter's supposed to play the piano. You know, that's what it's
So
supposed
your
to be.
dad's a preacher?
He was.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
See, I'm learning. Let's interview you here.
Yeah. So what happened, my aunt, who can play great by ear, but now she's got to have the music in front of her. Okay, she can't play without the music.
Oh, really?
So my parents wanted her to teach me piano lessons, and I was a tomboy. And grew up in a neighborhood, there were no girls, only boys. And so we would all play football and
Yeah.
baseball and all that kind of stuff. So I was about 9 years old. And so I wanted to go outside. The boys were out there, and I wanted to play football. And it was baseball that day. And so my aunt said, "Okay, now I want you to don't play what you're hearing. she said, I want you to look at the notes and I want you to play that way. Well, I was in a hurry to get outside. So I went, it was Mary Had a Little Lamb. I'll never forget it. And I went, okay. Okay, I played it. Can I go outside now? And so she just said, I'm not going to teach you lessons. You're never going to get it. She said, you play by ear. And so she told my parents, she said, don't mess her up. She plays by ear. Leave her alone. Just let her play by ear.
Well, how do you get your timing good?
I don't know. But my granddad. And what he would do when he would lead music, he always had a pencil. And so we'd have the hymnal out here. And let's say it was Brethren We Were Meant to Worship. So he would look at me because I was really bad at playing it too fast. And I know it's a shock to you. But anyway, I would go dun 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 dun. I would just play it like super fast. And he would go, now watch the pencil. And he would do this, tap the book like that. And so I would watch him instead of, I would always watch him. Yeah. And that would keep me on time.
Oh,
Otherwise, I'd be leaving way off somewhere and everybody else would be way behind me. So I learned by the pencil, tapping it to the book.
oh, that's awesome.
And he would say, and sometimes it was because, embarrassed teenager. Sometimes he would embarrass me. And now I wish he was around to embarrass me.
I hear you.
But he would say, now, sister, you're running off. I'd start playing, I'd play the introduction, like that, and they'd go, sister, like that. And sometimes he'd call me Donnie. It wanted a grandson, not a granddaughter that came along. So it said, Donnie, you're going too fast. Slow her down.
Oh my goodness, I'd love to have been there. But she plays very good, very good.
No, those people play a lot.
If you haven't heard her, you need to hear her play.
There's a lot of folks do a whole lot better than me. I just, and this is another thing, because I've played at churches before, and it's Phil plays the bass. So when I've played piano at church before, I like Phil there because he kind of helps. He's my granddad taking over again, because granddad's not around to tell me to do it at the right time. So he'll play the bass, and that helps keep me on target too.
Yeah.
And so the thing about it, though, is I will play a song not necessarily where it is written. So now musicians love it because I can make them sound better.
Yeah.
Because I'm not necessarily going to put it where it is written. And because
a
lot of them are written too high.
Yeah.
And so, and then I can change keys. I can put in whatever. So my granddad did this as well. So I would say, how about this? You want it here? And he'd go, put her up one. And then I'd just go put it up another key.
Look at you.
So, but I'm going to tell you, it's embarrassing, though, when you go to a church you've never, ever been to before, and they want you to play, and you don't have a clue where the song is written. And then the choir director says, play whatever song. Well, I'm looking at it. Well, I'm putting it down here. But I've had a lot of times people would say, come back, because I can actually sing better in that key.
Yeah.
But there's something called sharps and flats. I don't have a clue about what sharps and flats are. But I do know this. People do not like singing choir music where there are sharps. They say it's the way they're written somehow.
Too high.
Too high?
Yeah, I think. Yeah. But I like to play and sing like in the key of A, D, and E. But other people like the flats, B flat, E flat, A flat. And I thought, well, one more flat and you ain't going nowhere. It's a flat tire.
If I ever played piano for you, you're going to have to go. You'll say put it in A, whatever.
I'll follow you.
And no, you'll have to say put her down some. But it's a little different when you play by ear and you really don't know where the song is supposed to be written.
Yeah. Well, I just do my own thing, and hopefully they'll all hang on. I don't know.
But I want you to teach me how to play the guitar.
Okay. I can show you that. Your rhythm's your own, though.
She'll say, slow her down.
I can teach you to play. I'll teach you the chords.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
I just want to. I have a guitar, but I have to tell you, I've been so busy with. I had this career with GTE for a long time, real long time. Then we owned some cell phone stores, and so I've had it. I've just not taken the time, and I'm going to take the time. I'm going to play it.
It won't take you long. You playing the piano, really. It won't take you long once you know your chords where they are.
Yeah, but you got to be in tune. I mean, the strings have to be in tune. I got to know how to do that.
Oh, okay.
I have no clue about that
So
either.
G, D, A, and E is your 4 bass strings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just
that
have to
makes
tune
no
'em up.
sense to me. You know that.
You just have to
I'm
tune
just
'em
looking
up.
at you like, yeah, groovy.
I know that's right. Play it right here. And this.
Oh, I've got a violin too.
Have you? What kind have you got?
Well, I don't think it's really a Stradivarius. So Dad got it at an auction once,
Yeah.
and he's here Stradivarius, and I'm saying, but if it was a real Stradivarius, you wouldn't be giving it to me.
No.
You'd be keeping it. I'm pretty sure about
Oh,
that.
wow.
But it's what it says down in the bottom of it. But I'm pretty sure it's not the real thing. Although this guy one time I took it to a pawn shop and he said it wasn't, but he kept wanting to buy it.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And I said, no, I don't think so.
No.
I said,
no.
I'll keep it and just wonder if it's the real thing.
Absolutely. Well, you look it up on the internet. You can find anything on there.
You can find good stuff on the internet, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of us church folks say, y'all should not be on the internet. But actually, the internet is really helpful.
It is. It's like a big encyclopedia.
I mean, there are things you got to stray away from.
Absolutely.
Be careful. There are some websites you accidentally get into.
Hey, and
not the
they'll
good
pop
girls.
up on you too. And when they do, you just click out of them.
Yeah, because if you ever click on it, well,
You're in
then
trouble.
you'll start getting a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know because I accidentally clicked on one time and I thought I'd never get them to stop sending stuff. And it gets into it's like this malware kind of
Yeah.
thing. And it'll find your email address and you'll start getting crazy emails.
That ain't good.
No, that's not good at all.
No.
It's been a long time, but I accidentally clicked on one time. And then just all of a sudden my email started getting just tons of stupid stuff.
Oh, wow. That might be what I've done.
So be super careful when you get on the internet. And have you ever noticed you're searching for something? Let's say I'm searching for a freezer.
Yeah.
I'm searching for a freezer. All of a sudden,
It all
stuff
comes
just
up. Yeah.
start popping up.
Well, the cell phone is a bridge for information. And there's some folks out there built the bridge
And
that
then-
they can walk across and get you for everything you got. So be careful. Don't cross the bridges.
don't do that. And
I
I'll tell
just
you,
made all that up.
no,
That's
you
free.
didn't. No, it's true. That stuff is really, really happening. I know what they do a lot of times is they'll just get there with the elderly.
Yeah.
And then they'll try, because Mother called one day and she said, they called for the power company, said I was going to be arrested. I need to go out. And I said, no, first of all, the power company's not going to have you arrested because you're behind on your bill. And she said, but I'm not behind. She said, and she does. So as soon as she gets the bill, she writes a check and it goes out in the mail. And
Yeah.
she's afraid she's going to forget, and then they turn the power off because she's not paid it. And I said, no, Mother, it's a ploy. But here's what she said they said. They told her to go to Walmart and get a gift card. Come on. The power company's not going to ask you to go to Walmart.
Unless they needed some groceries.
The power company.
No,
No, the power company's they don't want a gift card from Walmart. They
No.
want your money.
Yeah.
They, so they could, but it freaked her out. And I've seen a lot of folks have sent me messages like that, So there's a dark side to the internet, but just be really smart about it. First of all, again, no utility company, your house payment, none of that. Or if they say you owe money and you've not paid your college debt, they're not going to ask for a gift card from Walmart.
No, I just laugh at them. You know when somebody calls me, what I do? Now, I might get in trouble for this, but I do. They start calling, wanting information. I'll say, hang on just a minute. Let me get my husband. He's the judge, and he'll be glad to talk to you. They hang up really quick.
I hadn't thought about that one.
Yeah.
That would be a real good. Here's what I do. I get this about college debt all the time. And
Did you go to college?
I'm 63. I went to college. If I've not paid for it by now, I'm never going to pay it.
No.
63.
You hadn't paid your college.
I have paid it.
Lord.
Back in my day, you actually held
Wait
a
a minute.
job.
What? Back in your day.
You worked.
What? You just said you're 63.
Yeah, I'm 63.
63 and back in her day.
No, back then, that's what you did. Is your parents didn't pay for it. You had to work.
Yeah.
You held another job and you paid for it while you
As
were
you
going
go,
to
yeah.
college. Yeah, as you went. And so,
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
this where the government's paying your college debt, that aggravates me because I'm thinking about my son. He had to do the same thing I did.
Yeah.
I said, get a job.
That's what my daughter and my son done.
Mm-hmm.
They worked 2 and 3 jobs to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
Sure did.
It makes you appreciate
And
it more.
it has really paid off, but they're still paying it off because it went on up in the money. But
It does. It's ridiculous for it to be that high.
yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah, I mean there are, you know, just be really careful out there because there are people who are trying to destroy you one way or another.
And that's
it's either
just
your
not right.
reputation or your finances, you know.
Oh boy,
Satan tries to get into your finances big time.
He tries to get into everything. Finances, friends, financial friends.
I know where you're going, that girlfriend.
Yeah, seeing friends.
Mhm.
You got to be careful though. You know, some friends are friends, and there's some friends that stab you in the back and use you. So you have to be careful. That's just, I had to throw that out there. I apologize out there.
No, I'm not apologizing. This is true.
Take it back. I'm not
because
apologizing.
there was, I mean, you know, and you can usually tell there's some signs.
Yeah.
But my problem is I want to believe everybody says everything.
That was my problem. I believed in everybody. Anything they said, I believed it. But I don't now. At my age now, I'm done over that believing everybody. So I just have to.
Well, there's some signs. You can tell when the ones are just wanting to use you for something.
Yeah.
And all that's going to do is drain your blood
and
out.
And then one friend just recently, I hadn't heard from them in a while, and called and was talking, and when she got ready to hang up, she said, "Remember, I love you." I thought to myself, "Where are you going?" So now we're no longer friends. So I thought, remember you love me? Well, you don't treat friends like that, you know. So, but
that's the old golden rule, where you treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the golden rule. Y'all remember that golden rule?
But I remember the first time I ever heard you sing, and you were with another group, and I remember Phil saying, "What's she with them for?"
I don't know.
And he doesn't make compliments like that to everybody.
See, I have no clue. All I've ever wanted to do is try to sing for the Lord. And I figured, well, I don't like being by myself, but I am now, so I always wanted to be with somebody. And I didn't like driving by myself, but I'm getting over that. I'm starting to get out by myself. So I just, anybody asked me to sing, I was tickled to death. But I learned a lesson. You have to be careful who you associate with, because every apple in the bucket is not right.
That's true. You know, we raised our sons and daughters to be that way. You and I did. You know, be careful who you hang out with, because if you hang out with the wrong crowd, even though you're not doing something,
it's going to reflect back on us.
It look like you are.
Yeah. I learned a hard lesson twice in singing. I said, that ain't going to happen no more. So, ain't going to happen. It's just me and the good Lord now. So, you know, if I get a singing, I'm going to sing my heart out. So, and you got to play a song for me when I sing up in this area.
Okay, I'll play for you.
Yeah. Heard that, didn't you?
I will. I enjoy it. I get a kick out of it. And y'all get a kick out of watching me be crazy too.
Hey, I get crazy.
But I can't concentrate too much. If I concentrate too much, I'm going to mess up.
That's what my karate teacher told me.
You do karate?
I'm a 4th degree yellow belt.
I'm learning more about her every day. Tell me about this.
My son was 9 years old and he wanted to take taekwondo. So I said, okay, but he wouldn't take it unless I did. We had our uniforms, our patches, and we went through our learning, and we had tests one day. So the young people got up and done all their stance and all this stuff. And then they sat down around the wall of the room. Well, it was the mothers and dads' turn to learn to do the test. Well, I got stuck in one position like this, and I couldn't remember where to go. And my son was sitting in the floor up against the wall, and he goes, I thought, thank you, I remember. I just had to swap it over, but
That's another thing we have in common. Our kids sometimes have to lead us.
we do. So, but that I won't never forget that though. But yeah, I think, and I still have my taekwondo outfit, my yellow belt.
You have to bring that next time you come on the show.
But you know, we was gonna go further with it, but back in the day, $200 was a lot of money, so it'd have been $400 for both of us. And he didn't want to go finish without me, so I said, well, I can't. We can do you, but that's why we didn't go any further.
How about that was fun?
It was, and good Lord, I got a picture of me with the leg kicking way up here. I didn't know I could do that.
Well, you got to be in pretty good shape to be able to do that.
That was back then. No good shape now.
You couldn't do it now, Debbie?
No, I'm not. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. No, I've gained too much weight to.
This is like a tiny person here. My goodness.
Oh no. I weigh 130 pounds.
Honestly.
Well, it's been good to be here, and I love to watch. I think her name's Mary Scott when she's on here. I love to listen to them sing. They're a good group.
Yeah, they actually sing the intro and the outro on the show.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, they wrote that song.
Yeah. I heard that on there. That's awesome.
That's amazing how y'all write songs.
Well, I didn't do it, the Lord did. And I hope.
But that's what she says. That's another thing I've noticed. The best songwriters, they say, I didn't do it. God just gave it to me.
Yeah. To see. But mine, they're there. But I would love to sing a lot more than I'm doing right now.
About a minute left in this segment. How can folks find your music? Let's talk about that again.
You can find my music on YouTube, Cordelia Ladora Bryan.
That's a mouthful.
That's my legal name. Debbie's a nickname. Or you can go on Spotify or iHeartRadio. You can listen to it on I See Radio is a good place to be listening to it and then request it. So,
Thank you for that.
yeah, I See Radio. Y'all call them in and request the old love letter. That's number one that's going pretty well, or was. It's dropping down, so let's get it up a little bit now. And
or go check out some of her other music.
Yeah.
Now, another thing y'all can do, I think you're just putting in one song, you can type in the artist's name. You can just type in her name and it'll pull up a list of her songs.
And then just click them all.
Yeah, you can do that as well. Well, folks, thank you so much for watching. We're going to have to go into a commercial break. Debbie, thank you for coming on the show
Thank you
again.
for having me.
That's
today.
always fast time.
I said, God, you gotta move this mountain. I just don't see it any other